What's up, y'all? It's Sloth. Today we're in Serato Studio. I'm gonna be showing you how to make a Suicide Boys type beat in here. Sorry that the audio sounds really crappy using the cheap software here. We'll try to fix that. But we're gonna go, and I have a bunch of drum kits here, so if you don't have any drum kits, you can find samples on YouTube and Splice, and there's a couple other websites for it too. So I found my sample here. It's a long one, but I'll play a quick snippet of it. Now, um, so it says it's 117, but it's 116. Um, so you can either put it at 116, or if you want a different beat per minute, you can change the tempo over here. But I don't really have too much of a reason to not go with the bass BPM, so I'm gonna change it to 116. It's already A major, so I'm gonna go to the 4 bar mark. I've got to make this 4 bar, and mine, I don't know if I was on it or if it's glitching, but I have to double tap now, which I didn't have to do before. So, um, don't know why that's happening, but let's see if this lines up properly. So everything lines up properly. It's a pretty clean fade from start to beginning, beginning to start. So we could add another one here if this isn't enough, but for now we're gonna move on to the hats, or the hi-hats. I call them hats for short. It's a habit. So we can listen to it and choose the one that fits with the sample. So we're going to place one at each beginning. What's the bar? Or not the bar. Forget what these are called. But each beginning. And see if that's too slow or too fast. So that's about good. So we're gonna duplicate that on the other side. Oh, my bad. So now that we have that, we can give it a listen. So now that we have that, we can add the snare. I'm really liking snare 7, so we're gonna add another one down here. Place it at the beginning of each one. And if your BPM is too low, like in the 80s or 70s, you can place one here as well, and just every other one like this instead. So it's shorter, but it sounds the same since it's the lower BPM. So it sounds pretty good to me. You can add kicks here if you want to, but I don't use kicks. Uh, I just use 808s instead. Um, I don't know if that's a very frowned upon technique there, but that's just what I do. So you can search in here for your key. You also want to make sure everything is on key um, as well. So if something doesn't sound, if you can listen to it here, but if it doesn't sound the same on the audio track, you can use the key shift here. Same with the if the BPM doesn't sound good, you can, or right, you can change the tempo until it fits. I'm really liking this one. It's a little low, but I'm really liking this one. That might be a little too low though. I think that's a little too low. Alright, so I found the 808, now we gotta make a pattern. So, let's try to make them kind of unique. Let's see if that works. That works, that works. That sounds good. Alright. We'll add 2 here. Another one here. Alright. Now it's kind of just randomly collecting these guys. Let's see if that sounds good or workable. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Alright, so I'm gonna go over to the view songs, and I think that's all we need. Unless if we can find some vocals for it. Hold on. If we can find. E major. Alright, everything's right here. Alright, I'm gonna see if this can work. Might have to wait on key to BPM. Creeping out the butt with my jam. Creeping out the butt with my jam. Now I want some extra. Creeping out the butt with my jam. Now I want some extra. Bomb. Now you know I'm out it hard. Creeping out the butt with my. Alright, that works though. That kind of works though. Creeping out the butt with my jam. Now alright, if we can make it just to the point where we have just the vocals and then turn them down. There you go. Creeping out the butt with my jam. Now I want some egg. Creeping out the butt with my. It's all good. Then turn it down a little. Creeping out the butt with my jam. Now I want some egg. Now you know I'm out it hard. Creeping out the butt with my jam. Now. There we go. Nice. So that is our beat right here. Now, I'm gonna show you how to, like make it a song MP3 file. So, this is my, what would you call it? My technique is you make the beat and then you slowly take things away as you go down the scenes and then add them together until you get to the original, I guess, the intro where you made the whole completed beat. So we copy it on here and then we would take that away, basically take everything away, like strip it down to the sample. So now we have the beginning one, so it'll start off like that, and then you go back to this one, copy it again. We want to keep the vocals in, delete the 808s. Delete the snare. So we just have the hat and the vocals added. So now it'll kind of So we can give a quick listen to this guy again. See, there's what 2 or 3 ways that I would take this approach. You can either boot this again, add a snare roll at the end into the main beat. You add the bass to it, and then go into this one but remove the vocals. Or is that all I want to do? Yeah. So there's 2 paths you can take, in my opinion, with that. Or excuse me, or just drop it right here. Alright, so I like it better with this guy right here. So then we add that, and then we add the intro here. And then we get rid of this guy to the verse. So I don't know what is up with my thing, but I can't really see the time on it for some reason, so I just wing it a lot of the time and hope that I get a good time ratio, but you can also use, I used a different dot at one point. I used BandLab, so I would go, I still do, and I go in there and I would put the the BPM and put however many bar loop I have and then loop it to the point so then I know where I'm at and how much time is left. Because I don't know how to. I've tried to search it up and like find out how to, but nobody's telling me. So if you know how to, please tell me. So, but for the 4 bar, this you can also use this sample. Hold on. So it's about 8 seconds every time. So I'm gonna add. How many do I have? We're gonna add 6 in there. No, we're gonna add 5 in there, and then we can add. We're gonna add parts where the verse or the end of the verse. How would I explain it? Not like a hook, but like like the beginning sequence, and then it drops again into the second verse, and then it drops again, and then ends. Kind of like that. So we can. What I like to do is I'll like go into like then I just choose the hi-hat one, and then we can go into scene 2 where it's nothing, and then go in here, add this snare roll real quick, like this, and then it'll kind of like die down. Like that. Okay, that didn't sound too bad. That didn't sound too bad. So we can add the second verse in, which I always like to make the first one longer than the last one, but in some cases I'll make them the same length, or sometimes, very rarely though, I'll make the second verse longer. Except I try not to do that. I don't really know why, but it's just something I do. So, and we gotta find a way to die it down, which we can just go back to the hi-hat one, and then we can play that twice just to give it a slower ending, and then go and use this guy, and then that's the beat. So, I'm gonna give it a quick listen here. So, this is what I've created. So that's the beat, and then you go up here to export it, export audio file. You can export loop region only. I don't. I've never done that before, so I don't know exactly what it exports, but um, then I keep my stuff organized, so just right here while I'm in files, I'm going to show y'all. So I have music as a tab here, and then I just basically use folders, and then put folders in the folders over and over again until eventually it gets to a point where it's super sorted, and it's like you find the exact song. Um, so then I have like covers, drum kits, lyric vids. So then we can go into beats. And then I have my old stuff, basically just the whole setup of this because I used the web download. So, and then some of my old beats that I thought were real good, and then songs. I don't even know what songs are. Hold on. Oh, I guess there's nothing even in there. Then I use 2028 typebeats, which can, using the year and the months, even days, can really help sort things. Believe it or not, like looking back on it, it's like, oh, I want to find this beat. As long as you can remember at least the year, then you can find it. And then, the farther back, the more you can remember of it. If that ever happens, the chances are slim, but you never know. So then, listening to the beat, I would choose chill, as a lot of my beats are. So then something just to make it more professional, you want to have your name in it, the beat per minute, the key, and then I name mine. You don't have to name your beat if you don't want to, but I find it easier to keep track. It's like, oh, if I like this one, I can remember it by the name. So I'm gonna name it real quick. Here we go, I've named it, and we can save it. So, export it. I'm also gonna export it to the video just for um the video purposes. That's what you saw while the song played. So, and you can also, it's like, a video, so if you're sharing it and it won't let you use audio files, you can send videos, which for some reason some apps do that for some reason. So I'll export it to the video. I found that this one, specifically serato, or however you pronounce it, am I saying that right? Serato, just repeated it, but Um, I found that this one isn't the best visualizer that you can find. So, oh, why, that's fun. Um, well, it used to work. I don't know if this is a problem that it's having. It's been doing this all day, but, um, I don't know if it's a me problem or if it's a that guy problem, the Serantos, problem, but yeah. Well, hopefully it works again, but that's how I make my beats. The stuff that goes in my head while making it and figuring out what to do next. So, hope you enjoyed. If you found it useful, like and subscribe. I will be making more content just like this if you liked it. So, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.